a really interesting story's come out this week. Well, I think it's really interesting as well because it smacks a little bit of the government, well, I should say Treasury and be fair, not blame any one political group, hiding away a report that they did. Environmental lawyer Sue Gregg did a little bit of digging around in some files in some back room of government because she was trying to weigh up the costs of people using medicinal cannabis, I guess hypothetically, if that would happen, to what they spend and what it costs the country using pharmacy drugs, basically. And what she came across was a document that explained decriminalising marijuana could be quite beneficial, at least financially, to the country. Here's a quote straight out of the report. "We spend about $400 million per year enforcing prohibition, and we could generate $150 million a year in revenue from taxing cannabis." That's a quote directly out of the report that environmental lawyer Sue Gregg came across. And David Loughrey, that says to me, if we currently spend 400 and it would generate 150, that's $550 million of benefit to the country if we decriminalise cannabis.
What about jobs? You see, I mean, this $400 million enforcing prohibition, it pays for a lot of jobs for people, police, the like, the courts and everybody, lawyers in fact, who are on this merry-go-round of enjoying that money.
Yes.
So
but
have we thought about that?
It still costs us taxpayers in the end. The other thing that was interesting is the document from an internal Treasury forum indicated reforming drug policies would save money, ease pressure on the justice system, and result in fewer convictions for youth and Māori. I mean, I have to be honest, and I don't want to sound like I'm a prude or anything, but cannabis has never touched my lips.
Isn't it?
Nope, not once in my life, and it's not through any moral position. It's just never been something. Trust me, out of school at university, I was a drinker, so I'm not sitting on any high moral horse here. Cannabis has never touched my lips.
Yes.
But
no one ever sort of passed you a doobie at a party?
No, never. I mean, I've inhaled it at a party because other people have been smoking it, but it's never touched my lips. And I'm not trying to be clever here by saying that I've used a bomb or something. I've never inhaled it from a joint or anything else. But in saying that, I don't see a problem with this idea.
No.
So I'm not a supporter of, I'm not a user of, I don't see a problem with it.
I like the way the report also suggests that there are palatable reforms that could be made, which are evidently edible, I suppose, changing to civil penalties instead of criminal drug penalties. So yeah, I mean, this is sort of happening around the world, isn't it? I suppose eventually it'll get to New Zealand and we'll make some sort of drug law reform, but it might be a few years away. I
did an interview with the Prime Minister once, and this was an off-air comment, but it wasn't, we weren't sworn to secrecy or anything. He had just been to Brittenden prison, right? And he was speaking with the guards at Brittenden prison, which is New Zealand's highest security, one of prisons. And he said to me, from speaking to the guards and speaking to the people who were involved with Brittenden prison, he said a third of the people in Brittenden prison, so this is the Prime Minister telling myself and my co-host this, should be in there, they should lock the door, throw away the key, and never let them out. A third of the people in Brittenden prison should be in there, do their time, be rehabilitated, and be let out. And a third of the people in Brittenden prison shouldn't be there. And those were the people who were not violent convictions, they were drug convictions, they were users of drugs, they weren't the sellers of the drugs. And I'm actually extrapolating on what he was saying. He didn't say this explicitly, but these are the kinds of people that are clogging up our justice system who are enjoying not medicinal marijuana, but the odd joint, getting caught, going through the system. It is clogging it up.
Okay, all right then, I think the answer's clearly bugger it, let's give it a go, law reform.